To anybody who thought that I was being too critical of Pokemon Battle Revolution, let me just say this. Play any of these kind of games that came up before Battle Revolution, because they're all much better than that. And Pokemon Stadium 2 is one of the best examples, because it features something for everybody, including those who don't even like Pokemon. So let's go over some of these features. First off, I can't show you any of the Game Boy Color stuff, such as being able to play the game twice as fast, or even showing the room, because I can't find any games that'll allow me to upload for this. Sorry. If you're not familiar about Pokemon, you're able to go to the Academy, where you'll be able to learn about the Pokemon themselves, their types, abilities, attacks, weaknesses, strengths, and all that other stuff that you have to go and play the real game to find out more about. All the other modes that I can now talk about, such as the stadiums and the gym challenges, all I can really say about those were they were great back then. In fact, they still kind of are pretty good now. You can go from stadium or challenges, and if you've conquered them all, you'll be able to face your rival. And then once you've done everything, you'll be able to play version 2, a much harder version than the first one. Although the trainers never really change up their strategy, they do change up their Pokemon orders. So make sure that you've trained all your Pokemon with the right amount of stats and the right amount of moves. Otherwise, you could have a pretty hard time. However, the biggest problem with Pokemon Stadium 2 is the fact that you have to be a fan of Pokemon to really get the most out of this. Of course, if you're not a Pokemon fan in the first place, I don't even know why you would be buying this. But that's still a recommendation that you should at least like these characters or can put up with them. Because even if you're not interested in battles, the minigames they put in here are actually quite addictive and fun, especially with 4 people around. Now let's compare this to Pokemon Battle Revolution. The battles here are smooth and slick. Sure, the frame rate's a little off, but once you go to the menu, you watch the attack, they make the attack, they make any extra statements they have to make, and then they quickly get back to the menu selection where you have to select the next move. It's a lot faster than Pokemon Battle Revolution is. Not to mention that the graphics for Pokemon Stadium 2 lived up a good 2 generations ahead of its time. Though I'm going to say that's a sad thing because, come on, that's just lazy that the Wii graphics for Pokemon Battle Revolution are comparable to the N64. Can't we try to change it up a bit? I mean, shading alone isn't enough to make them look different. Why not try a cel-shaded look next time? Sure, it might remind people of the anime, but, just try it. Let's see what happens. However, as I've said, to get the full enjoyment out of Pokemon Stadium 2, you have to be a fan of the Pokemon games, or at least tolerate them. And you have to have the games to really get the pure satisfaction out of the game. Because, let's face it, rental Pokemon suck. They do. Never use them. If you have to, borrow your friend's Pokemon games. If you don't have them, and if you don't have them, then I have no idea why you bought this in the first place. Fortunately, there is a register mode, so if you ever do have to borrow somebody else's, or you have your own, you can just register them. You'll never have to upload the Game Boy Color games unless you want to change the team around. Now, I can't do that because I can't find mine anymore, but thank you, Nintendo, for letting me have that option so I don't have to rely on rental Pokemon. Pokemon Stadium 2 gets a 4 out of 5. It's an enjoyable experience for those who can play it.